Hi. Right now, you just got out of a breakup or a relationship disconnect. Very similar. It could have been 3 months ago. It actually could have been 1 month ago, a year ago, or this morning. And either way, you probably don't feel like your best you. And that's okay, because we all go through moments like this in some way or another in our life. But I wanted to talk to you about some misconceptions you have about yourself and how your personal value is not dictated off of how you feel right now. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the X Villain Hideout. My name is Ghost, and if you guys have never been here before, I'm super glad you guys are here. This is a series called Mondays Matter, where we basically every single Monday, and by we, it's me. I say we all the time, and I think it's because I relate to you guys on a lot of levels, and so a lot of times I always say like we because I always throw myself in the same category. I don't like to talk to people, I like to talk with people, and so that's why I say we. On this channel, every single Monday, I come out with a video on things that I want to help inspire and motivate you guys to have an amazing week, because I think that Monday can be the greatest day of your life. I think Mondays get a bad rap, and I think Fridays get a lot of positive attention for kind of no reason. And I get it, it's the end of your work week, it's that day where you get to enjoy the weekend. But what if we change things up here? Then we can enjoy every single day, because every day is another opportunity to do something amazing, or just do nothing if that's what you really want to do. It's called Mondays Matter, and it's a series where we talk about how Mondays don't have to suck. If you guys feel like that's something that you vibe with, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, it goes a long way, and let me know in the comments maybe ideas you guys want to see for other videos, but also just give me feedback on how you guys are doing, because I know sometimes I get messages. I probably get the most messages on Twitter, and then second I get the most messages on Instagram, but I would love to hear down in the comments about your guys' life and how the topic of this week impacts you guys directly. Now, if it's obviously a little bit more private, feel free to keep DMing me. You got in a breakup, and it's one of those things where you just can't shake, whether it, like I said, it's a year ago, 6 months ago, or this morning. It sucks, it hurts. Like, it's so weird how something like a breakup that isn't necessarily a physical manifestation, like it is but it isn't at the same time, but our physical bodies literally hurt. Like, I remember a breakup that was a bad one, and my whole body hurt. Like, I felt like my bones hurt, and I just felt this twisting and turning in my stomach that just wouldn't go away. And that feeling in my stomach made me feel very worthless. Like, it made me feel really down. It made me feel like, what did I do wrong? And the thing is when we are with someone for a long period of time, whether it's 3 years, a year, I mean, honestly, 6 months is a long time to connect with someone on an intimate level. And by intimate, I don't mean physically, whether that's the case or not. Intimate, I'm talking about like your soul is literally entwining with another soul through so many other areas. And I think just that by itself is enough to be super detrimental to our soul when that person isn't there anymore. You literally feel like there is a piece missing. That is, like, when people say that, they're not just saying that, they literally feel like I felt like, wow, that's literally a piece I'll never get back. Like, I'm gonna live the rest of my life at 90%. Like, that's how you feel when it happens and when you're trying to heal. And I think something that we don't talk about enough is that it takes a lot of time to heal from this type of breakup, even if it's not a bad one. Like, if you just came out of a really bad breakup where there was like physical abuse and mental abuse, that is something different. And I really think that you should talk to somebody that you trust, talk to either a therapist, pastor at your church, or make sure that you get the proper counseling. This video by all means is not like, I'm not a professional therapist, I'm not a professional counselor. I just want to talk to you guys about the feelings that I've had before, and I know you guys have. And in those moments, you don't feel like talking to anybody. You don't feel like going somewhere and trying to get advice from someone. The only thing you feel like is being in bed and sleeping and eating, at least me, and watching some episodes of The Office and watching stuff like that makes you feel comfortable, right? Avatar and whatever other movies. And it's just hard. It's hard to go out because all the places you go to, you guys went to. And a lot of your friends were the same friends. And, you know, some of your family members have a bunch of I told you so's just waiting for you when you come out of your little hibernation. So we recluse and we sit back and we barricade ourselves, and we don't want to get hurt anymore, but we also don't want to talk about the way we got hurt. And it's just this huge mess. And I feel like one of the biggest things that contributes to this is how we view relationships in the beginning, how we actually look at what we're getting into. And I think a lot of times, including myself, we've looked at relationships through the wrong lens, and we have the expectation that it's going to be this fulfilling, which it is, experience that we just receive from, and when it's gone, it's like our well is gone and we're gonna be thirsty forever. Like, that's the feeling. But in essence, I have some things that I wanted to talk about because I feel like over time, through experience and through theory, if we were to exercise and execute on some of these things, it would help us in the next relationship we get into. Now, mind you, this could actually work with not just, I'm talking about like a significant other, like maybe someone you thought you were gonna marry, or maybe someone, you know, that is really, really close to you and you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. But it also works with like a best friend. It also works with any type of very tight connection. I think where a lot of the misconception comes from is the fairy tale and the romantic love story of the 50-50. What the 50-50 is the soulmate theory. It's the theory that there is somebody in the world that you need to find to complete you. So the cool thing about this theory is that, or folklore, or whatever you want to call it, the cool thing about it is it's very romantic because it's like you're just going around the world trying to find that one person that's gonna finally make you feel complete, and you're just gonna tackle life together, and you guys are gonna be 100%, and you're gonna be so intertwined that you're just one person and all of this stuff, which isn't really bad. The problem that I find with it is that the rule at its core is the 50-50. So the issue with it is for the people who don't find that person right away or aren't with them right now, it's saying to you that you're only at 50%, that you're literally half full or half empty, however you want to look at it. And the only way that you're going to be able to complete yourself is if you find this person. Now, that is damaging. That is damaging for a couple of reasons. The first reason why it's damaging is because it's saying you have to find this person to be complete, and that's not true. The second reason why this is damaging is because when you actually find that person, your expectations are very high because you're looking at this person to complete you, and really, you're dealing with an incomplete person themselves. You're dealing with someone who isn't perfect, but the expectation of the soulmate is so that they could be perfect to make you feel good and complete. But you're not perfect either. So you have these two imperfect people saying that when they get together, they are the ultimate completeness. And I get it. There's some people who are like, that's not exactly what it means. And I know that's not exactly what it means, but these are the underlying ideas and concepts with this thing. And that's why I say it's a fairy tale, because it's not true. You're not gonna have people coming at 50% and they're gonna be 50% for the rest of their life if they don't. Like, what about the people who just wanna be single for the rest of their life and have a successful career and maybe adopt a child and still have their family? Or there's so many variables. Like, to say that without this one person, if you never find them, you're not gonna be complete is just not a good thing to be always thinking about. It sounds cool until it's real, until you're really in the mindset of like, I'm not complete, I don't have this person. And then when you get the person, it's like, you complete me. And then that person leaves and you are broken, but like you're really broken. And it's all based off of the same concept. So if we can think to ourselves and really say the things that are true, which are, you can actually get to 100% and feel 100% without anybody, which is gonna be the healthiest thing for your relationship. Because if you can come into a relationship stable, not perfect, stable, and aware of who you are, self-awareness is gonna be the best thing you can have coming into a relationship, because you already have an idea of who you are. So you get to be yourself, let the other person know who you actually are, and the fake expectations aren't really there, but you get to expect people and meet people where they're at. The whole 50-50 soulmate thing doesn't really give you a lot of room to have grace for other people to make mistakes or for yourself to make mistakes. There's this constant pressure to be like the Instagram couple, right? Instagram is a platform that shows a lot of everyone's highlights, but I know plenty of couples who aren't even together at the time some of these pictures are being posted, and they broke up, but they just didn't want to tell anybody because they have an image to like uphold. And I get it, you know, you put on this, we're perfect for so long and we complete each other and we're soulmates and this and that when it actually falls apart and you realize that it wasn't true, not only does it hurt, but you don't want to be judged by all these people who thought so highly of you. So this time, I want you to think about that person that you thought you were gonna marry. I want you to think about all the time you think has been wasted. I want you to think about your relationship at its core and realize that it's been a learning experience, that it's been very hurtful, that it's broken, but it's not forever. This is literally just a season. You are learning a lot in this season. You need to give yourself more credit and you need to give yourself more grace, because you are being very hard on yourself. It is not your fault. Now, if you are completely divisive, if you are just a sucky person and it is your fault and you cheated on somebody or you abused somebody in any way, first of all, you need to get help. Second of all, don't be trying to get with anybody. And third of all, it probably is your fault that this happened, but most likely I'm not talking to any of you because I don't think any of you would be watching this video. You'd be watching a video on like how to get 10 girls' numbers in 10 minutes or something. I'm sure there's some stupid YouTube video that's like that. I don't even really want to dive into that, but I do want to say, if you feel right now that your personal value has been attached to your past relationship and now that that's broken, you are less valuable, you're wrong. I want to say you're still valuable. I want to say that there is somebody that you are going to meet in the future, that whether it's near future or far future, that is going to cherish who you actually are, that is going to compliment you and is going to uplift you, respect you, treat you well, and it's going to be somebody that is not going to be perfect, but it's also somebody that's not going to complete you, because that's just nonsense. This person isn't going to complete you. They will compliment you. The contrast will feel amazing, but and the thing is too, is when I say they won't complete you, you might feel like one, like with marriage and the souls become one and you're so like intertwined and tethered together. That is a beautiful concept because it's actually a true concept. But to think that right now while you're healing, to think that right now while you're trying to recuperate from what just took place, that you're not complete, that's false. It doesn't have to be that way. And I just think that you're doing good. I think that being in bed is okay. I think that eating is whatever you want, whether it's ice cream every day for breakfast and dinner, it's okay, but it's part of the healing process. It takes time. Like, it's not just, it actually would be worse for you to fake it and be like, you know what, I'm completely healed, I'm just gonna go on dates. That's what I need. I need more dates. I need to figure out who actually is my soulmate because this person wasn't. Don't do that. Don't do that because you're not in the right state of mind right now, because you are actually healing and you're in transition from a poor version of yourself as you feel to a better version of yourself as you feel. I don't want to say poor version of yourself because that's not actually the truth, but it's how you feel, so it's going to manifest that way. And we're going to make poor decisions when we feel this way, because when we feel like we aren't valuable, we begin to make decisions on that notion. So I would recommend that you chill for a minute, get some self-awareness, get some perspective from good people in your life. Don't listen to the people who probably told you to bash this person and hate on this person on Instagram. And you know, revenge is not the answer. Whatever happened, just let it go and move forward. That is gonna be the best thing for you. So I know your friends mean well, but TPing his cars may be okay. TPing her cars may be okay. Don't do like egg their house, right? It's probably their parents' house, and that sucks. Don't do anything like keen cars or any of that stuff. Just, I don't even know why I'm saying this. I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but don't do any of that stuff. That has nothing to do with your healing. You need to heal so you can move on and be the best version of yourself. It has nothing to do with anybody else. You literally have everything you need. And it's gonna be amazing when you actually get into a relationship, because you're gonna be able to bring everything that you have. Your self-awareness, your love, your compassion, your honesty, your authenticity, and you're gonna be able to give somebody that which is raw and genuine. Like, you don't need more than that. And lastly, forgiveness. You need to forgive them. It doesn't have to be right this second, but try to make it as quick as possible, because your healing depends on it. It's gonna be very hard to heal when you don't forgive the person that you feel wronged you or left unexpectedly, or maybe you're the one who broke up with them and you broke up with them for a reason. Forgive them for that reason. Give them a little room and separate yourself, because forgiveness is not chains for them, it's actually chains for you. And it's time to get free. It's time to become the best you, and we can't do that holding on to a grudge, right? Delete the number, forgive them. It's time to move on. But forgiveness is definitely huge for healing, so let this be a step. So when you're eating your ice cream, when you're watching your TV shows, when you're laying in bed, just be like, God, let me forgive, help me out. Hit up your friend and be like, can you give me a reason why I should forgive this person? And your friend's probably at first gonna be like, don't you ever forgive them. Are you serious? What they did? And you're gonna be like, I really need to do this to heal. And they're gonna be like, totally, you know what? Totally forgive them, because you don't need to be tied to that any longer. They've hurt you enough. And you're gonna be like, I knew you were my friend for a reason. I actually could have just used my phone because it's right here. You know what I'm saying? I knew you were my friend for a reason. And then you can keep talking about whatever you guys talk about. Something that I always think about is what's hard about letting go. What's hard about it? The fact that we want to hold on. The hardest part about letting go is holding on. And even though that sounds funny, it's the truth. But it's time to let go. It's time to let the past be what it is, the past. Stop looking at the rear view, because you have a beautiful drive ahead of you. I believe in you, I love you. I hope that this Monday to Monday, you have a very productive week. It doesn't have to be amazing with how you feel, but it could be amazing because you're in the process of healing. And I look forward to your future. I know that you have a ton of value. It has nothing to do with this breakup. Your value is not tied to that. And you're gonna meet somebody who's literally gonna blow your mind. And I know right now you're like, there's no one like them. There's nobody that's gonna know me like them. It's not true. I have to respectfully disagree. I've been in your shoes and I'm not there anymore. And soon you're gonna be able to say the same thing to somebody else from your perspective. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you feel like it brought you value. I'd love to talk to you guys down in the comments. Hope you have an amazing week. I hope you're very blessed. I hope you have a great night or day, depending on where you're at in the world. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.